In writing to a young pastor, such as Timothy, Paul gives him some good ways to overcome a premature judgment that others may have whenever they see him or hear him minister. Good morning. I'm Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Friday. Paul has given Timothy a great exhortation about commanding and teaching, and when he deals with his congregation, he said, there may be some who won't listen to a new pastor. So Paul gives him this admonition in 1 Timothy 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise your youth, but be an example of the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. You know, there might be any number of reasons that others refuse to listen to us, to our teachings, or to our testifying, perhaps even our proclamation of the Scriptures. For Timothy, there was a fear that some would say, you know, he's too young to teach me anything. I don't know how he's supposed to tell me how to live when he hasn't done much living himself yet, you know. What does he really know at his age? For some, it might be just the opposite kind of complaint or hesitation to listen. You know, he's too old. He doesn't even have a good grip on reality today, let alone trying to teach me about the things of the future or even eternity. Some may be rejected because of the way they dress or their accent, their family background, maybe even the neighborhood where they live now. Certainly Jesus faced that. The opposition came to him saying, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Which was, of course, Jesus' hometown in Palestine. So Paul encourages him to overcome the opinion of others with your actions. First of all, he said, you need to be an outstanding example to the believers in your words. Make sure you're honest and upright in all the things that you say so that they know they can trust you. And then, of course, they'll learn to listen to your teachings. He also tells him to be an example in his conduct. I'm sure we all realize there are people watching everything that we do in this life. And we have to have a good reputation in order to be listened to. And by the way, he also tells Timothy to be an example in his love for everyone. Someone once said that people won't really care how much you know until they can see how much you care. We must be an example in spirit and in faith in the Christian community. I mean, believers need to see that we truly trust in God and we are actually following His word in our lives. And finally, Paul says, be an example in purity. You know, purity has a lot to do with our integrity before others. James chapter 1 says, pure religion and undefiled involves keeping ourselves unspotted from this world. So if you really want others to hear the gospel from you, and they need to see the gospel in you. They need to see the Lord in your life. And our lives need to be examples in words, in conduct, in our love, in our spirit and faith, and certainly in our purity in this world.